In today's story, we are going to see about a soldier who, after his death, was completely converted into a robot. If there was a slight injury on his body, it would be completely filled. At the beginning of the story, soldiers are shown whose name is Ray Garrison. Those who have guns in their hands are fighting with terrorists, because some terrorist groups had taken some innocent people captive. As Ray Garrison enters, he sees a terrorist carrying a man at gunpoint. Ray sees the terrorist and says that throw down your gun, after which Ray Garrison tells him, what do you want? On this, terrorist demands a helicopter from Ray Garrison. On this, he tells him that if you want a helicopter, then let me call. But as he gestures for a terrorist call, Ray Garrison fires at him and kills him, and the man who was at gunpoint survives. Then an air base is shown ahead. Many soldier aircraft are landing from the helicopter, where Ray Garrison is saying in a loud voice that no mission is very difficult, nor any sacrifice is very difficult. All the soldiers sound duty first. Ray then goes to meet his very beautiful wife standing nearby. After this, Ray Garrison takes a few months off and goes to Mombasa, Italy, with his beautiful wife, where they are spending their holidays. But unluckily, both of them are kidnapped there, on behalf of a group of terrorists whose leader is Martin Axe. The terrorist actually wanted to know from Martin Axe Garrison how he and American soldiers finally came to know about the people taken captive. But even after Martin Axe's repeated asks, Ray Garrison refuses to tell anything because he says that I do not know anything about this. After this, Ray Garrison tells his beloved wife that everything will be fine. But on this, the terrorist Martin Axe says that nothing will be right, and suddenly Ray murders Garrison's wife by hitting bullets. After this, Ray Garrison gets very tense and gets angry and says that I swear that I will definitely avenge you and murder you very mercilessly. Now again, Ray is in a place where he is properly attached through the virus. As soon as he comes to his senses, he takes off the wires and falls on the ground. Meanwhile, a girl, KT, comes. She says that everything is going to be fine. Then there comes Dr. Emil Harding, who as soon as he comes, Ray Garrison calls welcome to Rising Spirit Technology, and then introduces himself and says that your waking up is a very big dream of mine. He tells Ray that your body has been donated to us by the American military, and you. In fact, Dr. Emil brings Harding Ray to use as superpowers, and he says that we experiment on the body of the soldier and equip him with superpower. Then Dr. Harding Ray gets a cut on his hand, but as soon as the cut is made, the wound is refilled in an abnormal way within a few seconds. Tells that with the help of technology, many damaged tissues are cured very soon. After which KT says that you will not be able to know who you are because your memory has been deleted. After that, Dr. Harding shows Ray to the rest of his patient soldier, which also contains Jimmy Dalton, and many patients also tell Dr. Harding that all these people have become more powerful than before because Jimmy had missed his legs in his battle. Now, more powerful artificial legs have been installed in his place, and the other is his partner. Loses its eyes while the camera is adjusted in place of those eyes, due to which its very eyesight is directly mixed with the optic nerve. Then after this, when Ray wakes up from sleep, then extra energy comes inside him. Then he punches a pillar too much, due to which that pillar breaks completely, but still there is no harm on Ray's hand. Then he meets KT, who is swimming, and says that I do not have my memories, and if there are no memories, then what is the use of living? Later KT gives him a drink. As soon as he drinks the drink, flashbacks start running in his mind, in which he sees that his wife has been murdered by Martin Axe. Then later in anger, he hits his hand on the table and then quickly goes out, packing his bag and watching everything with the Dr. Harding camera. First, Ray asks him how you are able to talk to me. Then Dr. Harding tells him that there are billions of wireless processes going on inside you which are in your brain. Then Dr. Harding asks him to come back. Then Ray says that I had a wife who's Martin Axe. He had committed murder, and now I am going to avenge him. Then after that, Ray drives the airplane himself and goes towards Martin Axe. Now after that, there is a place from where Martin Axe is being taken by car. When he passes through the tunnel, the lights go off there. Then Ray hits the car with a truck and later starts firing a gun on those cars. Martin is very scared to see this. Ray is also fired, but there is no effect of anything on him, because he has made him superhuman. Because as soon as he gets injured, he also recovers in seconds. On the other side, Ray kills all the terrorists while facing guns and bombs, as well as Martin Axe. Then further, Ray meets KT on an airfield with Jimmy. After that, both KT and Jimmy bring Ray back to the laboratory. Reprogramming is done again on Ray in the laboratory, in which its memory is also wiped out, and wrong memories are set inside it, in which Ray's wife is murdered by Nick Barris instead of Martin Axe. This means that when Ray wakes up, he is now going to murder Nick Barris, like he did Martin Axe, and we can understand that Dr. Herding was using Ray like a killing machine, but KT objects to this inhuman behavior of Dr. Herding, but Herding threatens him. Now again, Ray goes to kill Nick Barris by taking out the car. Now Ray goes to England via aircraft this time. Where Barris is working in his office. Then one of his programmers, Wilfred Wiggins, brings an MP bomb, which Dr. Herding is watching everything through his cameras. In a short time, Ray attacks him, and despite telling the million truths about not killing Barris, Ray's wife, Ray murders him and goes out in there. But he falls unconscious. After that, Wiggins picks him up and takes him inside. After that, the signal loss sign comes in Dr. Herding's lab. When Ray regains consciousness, he starts attacking Wiggins. But Wiggins says that I am friendly. Right now, Ray is wondering why his wife's murder always becomes a different person. He tells about his wife and gives his blood sample to Wiggins. After testing the sample, Wiggins is shocked and says that you are running under the entire programmable system, and also tells him about the wrong memory inserted inside the brain, on which Ray says that this program will not last long. After that, Ray tracks his wife where he used to live before, in which he comes to know that she is still alive and he was not murdered. And along with this, he also has a new family, and his wife also tells Ray that their relationship ended 5 years ago by mutual consent. The next moment, when Ray is going by car, Jimmy and another of his companions hit the car, and then there is a fierce fight between these three. And then after a long gap, Jimmy puts an injection on Ray's back, which makes Ray unconscious. After which KT becomes a little friendly towards Ray when the doctor in the lab gives him some command in the Herding lab. She does not believe about the Wiggins, so Herding stops her breathing system on this, due to which she accepts the Herding under compulsion and goes out to find the Wiggins. On reaching KT Wiggins, KT asks for a lighter from the Wiggins for smoking. As soon as she starts smoking, the Wiggins faint. Now when Ray comes to his senses, Herding is near and arguing with Herding for his misuse and is also angry at pretending to be murdered by his wife. Suddenly Herding brings Ray to his previous condition and starts programming again on him. While on the other hand, with the help of Wiggins, KT starts programming himself on Ray. After that, Ray regains consciousness, and now Ray is working on Wiggins' programming. Meanwhile, Jimmy and his partner come to stop Ray. After a long fight, Ray kills both of them too. Now Ray moves towards Dr. Herding, and then Herding shouts at him that, "I have given you life. If I do not live, then you too cannot live." But Ray does not listen to him. Then Dr. Herding takes out his weapons and attacks Ray. And there are many changes in Ray too. Then Ray drops down the bomb kept in his hand, due to which a lot. There is a big blast in which Herding dies, but nothing happens to Ray in the next scene. When Ray's eyes open, he asks where I am. Then Wiggins tells him relax and asks how are you feeling now. After that, KT is sitting outside and she says thank you to Ray. And Wiggins, because of Ray and Wiggins, she could also be freed from the slavery of Dr. Herding. And with this story also has a happy ending. If you have liked the video, then definitely like the video, and at the same time subscribe to the channel, and your happiness always remains the same. Thank you.